What's up, everyone? Welcome into Dodgers Daily, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, host of DodgerHeads, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network. We appreciate you joining us for today. Dodgers versus Mets on the docket for tonight, and this is going to be a good one. Tyler Anderson on the mound for the Dodgers and Jacob deGrom on the mound for the Mets. That is going to be a 4-10 game. This coming on the heels of last night's victory for the Dodgers, a 4-3 win, and one of the more impressive wins on the season for this reason. They won it without their studs. Yes, we know of Freddie Freeman and Trey Turner and Will Smith and Mookie Betts and the way that those guys have performed. We know about Gonsolin. We know about Anderson. We know about Kershaw and Urias and how those guys have pitched. But for the Dodgers to go into New York on the back of Andrew Heaney, a guy who has been very good but has struggled at times and is recently back from injury, to get 3 RBIs from Gavin Lux, to get 1 RBI from Joey Gallo, to have guys like Keith Hembry and Jake Reed, who just got called up, pitch important innings in that one, and still to win is really impressive. I love the moment for Jake Reed, who had been with the Mets, gets released, ends up with the Dodgers, comes in, gets his first career save. You could tell how much that meant to him. So a cool moment for the Dodgers. We'll see if they can carry that momentum forward on this one. Tonight, the Dodgers will have a fully rested bullpen on the back of Anderson. Hembry and Reed were there because a bunch of guys were down. Robert said post-game that Reed was basically going to wear that one for as long as he needed to. The reason he was closing it was because they didn't want to push Vesia or any of the other guys multiple innings. So Anderson, a fully rested bullpen for the Dodgers, but you know it. The storyline here is Jacob deGrom. deGrom, one of the best pitchers in baseball, if not the best. This will be his 6th start since coming back from injury, and let's just say he has not been slow to acclimate back to the major league level. 2.15 ERA in 29 and a third innings pitched, but get this, 46 strikeouts over that stretch, and a whip that is comically low, 0.55 walks and hits per inning pitched for deGrom. It's also worth noting the pitch count has been up, gotten up as high as 95 pitches. So while the Mets, like the Dodgers, are a team looking ahead to the postseason and wanting to make sure they're ready, deGrom is fully ready to go. He can get up near 100 pitches, you would imagine, in this one. It's funny looking at matchups. One of the things I like to do is how have certain guys fared. If you look at Jacob deGrom's first batter statistics, the 2 guys who have seen him more than anyone else are both on the Dodgers. That's Freddie Freeman and Trey Turner. The results, I would say, have been mixed. Freddie Freeman, 63 career at-bats, a 737 OPS, 3 home runs. Look, against deGrom, you'll take a 737 OPS. Trey Turner, the OPS is just 608. Those 2 guys have struck out 35 times in a combined 107 at-bats. That sounds terrible, but against deGrom, you'll kind of take it. Looking at the lines for tonight's game, I was surprised. Before I throw this up there, I want you to think to yourself, Dodgers on the road against the Mets, second best team in baseball, Jacob deGrom on the hill. What do you think the money line will be for the Dodgers and for the Mets? I expected the Mets to be favored. I was thinking minus 110, maybe minus 120, minus 165 if you want to bet on the Mets, which is crazy to me. That puts the Dodger money line at plus 140. If you want to bet the run line, typically we're talking about Dodgers minus 1.5. Tonight it's plus 1.5. That gets you to minus 155, and the total is just 6.5 with under 6.5 at even money. My initial reaction to this is, look, if you can get the Dodgers at plus money anywhere, they're winning 70% of their games, you take your chances. They're not a worse road team than they are at home. Yes, it's Jacob deGrom, but they have played against unbelievable pitchers in the past, Alcantara, Burns, etc., and have not struggled all that much. So I'm definitely tempted on the money line. I wouldn't touch the run line. I'm not a big run line guy. If you like the Dodgers, just bet the money line. If you like the Mets, just mess with the money line there. If you want the run line and you want to parlay it with something, I can get on board. The total, as we'll talk about in just a moment, is pretty low. I'd probably need to change that if I were going to get interested. All right, looking at picks of the day for this one. By the way, hot streak continues. Andrew Heaney over on the alternate total strikeouts, plus 130. That one cashed last night. So we go 1 for 2, but the one is a plus 130 bet. So we felt pretty good. We told you that we liked Heaney. We told you that we liked the Dodgers. I dabbled with the over, but we bet Andrew Heaney plus 130 to go over on his strikeout alternate total. He does that. So let's try and keep our stretch going. My picks of the day are numbers that I've actually already talked about. I'm going to bet the plus 140 Dodgers money line. I get that it's deGrom, but I like Tyler Anderson. He's been very good this year, obviously. The bullpen is fully rested, which I think is a big deal. The A lineup should be in there. Mookie Betts gets a day off a couple days ago. Will Smith gets a day off yesterday. So all of those guys should be in there. We know Freeman and Trey Turner don't take days off. Dodgers are going to want to get their guys looks against deGrom. So if you've got an A lineup, Tyler Anderson, and a fully rested bullpen, plus 140 feels like incredible value to me. So I like that one. It's worth noting as well, the Mets bullpen, 20th in ERA over the past 30 days. The Dodgers are second. So if you can get deGrom out of the game after 6 innings and know you've got the 7th, 8th, and 9th against a Mets bullpen that has been struggling a little bit, I like my chances. Again, the Dodgers have fared well against Cy Young type pitchers. So I like the Dodgers plus 140. The other bet, I'm going to go an alternate total, and I'm going to go under 7 total runs. So 6.5 is the line. You get even money at 6.5. I'm going to bump it up to 7 and take minus 140. Tyler Anderson has pitched against the Mets this year, 6 innings, 3 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts way back in June. So I think he can limit the run production on the Mets side. I think deGrom's going to limit the run production on the Dodgers side. Hopefully the Dodgers can squeak this one out, kind of like a 3-1, 3-2 type victory. So I like the money line. I like the alternate total of under 7 total runs. Hey, we appreciate you joining us as always here on Dodgers Daily. My name is Jeff Spiegel for DodgerBlue.com. Make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell here as well. We've got one of these coming out every weekday that there is a game. Check out Dodger Blue 1958 on social media as well. And of course, if you're a podcast person, make sure on Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to podcasts, find us on the Blue Wire Podcast Network, search for Dodger Heads, give us a subscribe, a follow, a like, a comment, a rating, a review. We would greatly appreciate all that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Dodgers at Mets, 4:10 today. We'll see you later.